3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Good morning, fellow Forex traders. We're going to go over the Forex trades that have occurred since market open yesterday, Sunday evening at 5 p.m. I am not quite ready to share the mobile results yet because I'm a little bit behind. Let me pull up my account list and we'll get into the free signals account is where we're going to start. We always start there. I have not looked at this. I believe we are stuck in a GBP USD trade. That is just an instrument that the free signal system took and it's going sideways. Let's take a look. So it's a GBP USD sell. And if we're looking here, that's not what I wanted. If we're looking here on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, it's just moved away, and there's not been, typically you would think that if it moved that far away, that we would get another entry, and typically the system's waiting for a certain amount of volume to be able to do that, and in this particular case, it's not quite there yet. So it's going to be a great trade. It is what it is. Probably scaling a couple times, but it is literally going sideways. Got a little bit of a push up, and then you can see here, let me get my trusty pen. You can see here it pushed up and it's just going sideways. So what I may do is get into the system and tell it to launch another trade or choose the next most possible trade. That way we can get some kind of momentum moving forward. So, yeah, early Monday morning for me. Leaving for Vegas on Wednesday. So, hope to see you there. If not, we'll see you there next year, right? We've had a lot of movement in the overall algorithm. It just depends on what you're trading, what you're doing, how much you want to get yourself hemmed up by over trading, because everybody seems to want to do that. I don't want to do that. And we're going to talk briefly about kind of my headspace about the high profit feed and the reality of Forex trading. So we're going to take a look at that in a second. Let's go ahead and pause and we'll go on to the next account. Pull up the account list here. What it is next is it's a combination of my 10 pip hybrid feed and the high profit. I have not been taking any high profit trades in any of the auto accounts. I've been just kind of like manually tweaking it. So maybe this is a good opportunity to talk about that. Let me pull up the account first here. And we will take a look at it. Here it is. So as far as the 10 pip hybrid feed goes, we've got 4 trades open, 3 currency pairs. And in terms of the hybrid feed, this is what we had close overnight. We had a Euro JPY close at a $45.14 profit. What's interesting is all of the crazy movement we've avoided, and you might start feeling like, you get a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, which we will look at those trades next. In fact, we might as well just jump right into that. Let's just jump ahead. Let me pause one more time here, and we'll look at what the overall system has done, because that's really where it seems like the movement is right now. But again, with like the hybrid feed, with the free signals, but with the hybrid feed, the entire intent is to pull it back and to not get into all of these crazy trades. Like the Japanese yen has been just going absolutely batshit crazy. Let me pull it up here. I believe it is this one. So we're in about 3 dozen trades in terms of the overall system. And then I'll show you what, and this really kind of gives you the power. What we're going to see here is the closure of the overall system. It has closed since 5 p.m. yesterday, $1,873.55. And that's a, yeah, this is a signal in a sense. Obviously, this is my automated system, the algorithm. Did you take the trades or not is the question, right? Are you taking that particular currency pair? Typically, I'm out of the market on all of the craziness if I'm trading the 10 pip hybrid. That's frankly what I want. That's what I want. I don't want all the craziness. However, you can see everything that has closed. AUD JPY went really, really deep. Tons of closures on that, all a net profit. But let me take this opportunity because we just basically looked at the entire system. I know there's some other things I wanted to look at, but it's going to look unstable if I show you. For example, I've got a new gold scalper system that is working really well, but I also have another NAS bot that is not perfected in terms of its settings. So if we go look at the results at that right now, I can't single out just the gold trades, which are looking really good. The NAS trades are not looking good. It's because I just have to keep tweaking the settings. I want it to do this. I watch it moving forward. It didn't do really what I wanted, so I tweak it, and that's really the process. So here's a scenario that I'm up against. In fact, let me take a look at comment here. Mark says, I scaled into a couple JPY pairs last night that turned a nice profit in London Open. Yeah, and you do that because you can see, basically if you're looking at my entire algorithm, and I know Mark's doing that, you can kind of see where the activity is and where the pushes are and where the extensions are, and you can kind of jump into that stuff. So it's a level, looking at the algorithm, the overall algorithm, it's a level of intelligence that you just really wouldn't have in the Forex market. So I'm just going to kind of spitball here for a second on my experience with the high profit feed and the trades and just be really transparent with you. I don't know why I continually try to go for what I consider perfection, because perfection in the Forex market doesn't exist. It's just crazy, crazy random. A lot of it is luck and chance in terms of, I'll give you an example, okay? I believe I'm going to turn the automation back on. I paused it for a couple days. I wanted to send some trades out via Telegram while I tested something. And in the end, as I sit back and look at it, it's 6 of one or half dozen of the other. And I'll explain what I mean. However, trading the high profit feed, trading metals and indices it's definitely a game that you have to play. And the example is this. I, in a test account last night, took a US 30 trade that was given to me by the neural network AI system, right? And I just wanted to keep it simple. So I wanted to enter at, remember I told you it's giving me a price range. So if it's a buy from this price to this price, I want to take the best price to get into that buy trade. And in doing that, it works one time. When I say it works, the trade works out, which seems to be, positive workout, net profit. And I do the exact same thing the next time, and it just goes to the stop loss. And I really thought that what was happening is it was potentially hitting the stop because the stop was tighter because of the price entry. There's no way to call it. There is no way to call it. And the only way to truly handle the concept of these high profit trades is this example. The system went into a perfect entry, did exactly what I wanted it to do on US 30 last night. I sit there and watched it go to basically, here's what I did. I said, go ahead and do the entry, set the stop loss, set one take profit, which would be take profit 3, right at the top. And I told the system 50% of the way towards take profit, the ultimate take profit in that trade, go ahead and move the stop to break even. Okay? Because how many times have I seen it go into a trade, move the stop to closer, like take profit 2 area, right? And then the price backs out and you made some money. It stopped you out and then it moved all the way to TP3. So you start getting this emotion like I'm missing out. I'm missing out. If I'd have just set my stop at entry, it would have moved all the way. See, that's the human brain. You're like, well, if not this, then that. So the truth is, last night I did exactly that. It moved the stop loss to break even at 50% towards TP, the final TP, TP3. It didn't close anything out. It just set the stop at break even. It was up about $700. I was bidding a 0.05 lot size. It was up $700, and I was like, perfect, we're going to TP3. I woke up this morning, it backed all the way out and hit the stop loss at break even. And I'm like, there is absolutely no rhyme or reason in any of that. There is no consistent patterns. Like people, that's why I hate these people that, I hate, not these people, I hate it when people are trying to tell you there's patterns and you can memorize patterns. They'll never play out. Yeah, there's 700 patterns in that one US 30 trade. Which way will it go? Well, I'll choose one of them, right? In my opinion, the only way to do this, because I've been really stuck in this. I want it to be perfect, and it ain't perfect. I want it to be perfect. I want to go, okay, let's wait, let's give it room to breathe. Like someone in the group yesterday said, I entered the trade and I didn't set a stop loss, and now I'm in profit and I took a little profit. That's that choice you have to make as a trader. Because you're like, well, if it always hits my stop loss, how about I not do a stop? Okay, well, how about you lose all your money too? That's on it'll work on 5 trades, and then a 1 trade will wipe you out. So it's kind of like, well, what do you do? I didn't like the concept, and I'm going to say I was wrong. I'm wrong about all of this, right? I didn't like the concept that we were setting 3 take profits, and it would go to take profit 1, sets a stop loss, and back out, and it would do that like time and time and time again. And then other times we'd go into a trade, it hit the stop. Go into a trade, it hit the stop. So I'm like, well, which one should we be doing, right? There isn't one that you should be doing. There is, if you want to make money, you're in the market, you take the trades. And hindsight's 2020. Last night when I seen the US 30 trade, which I didn't publish, I just wanted to see this stuff play out. I seen the US 30 trade up $700 in profit. I'm like, cool, wake up in the morning to $1,400 profit. Well, I woke up to $0 profit because it backed right out to break even, and that's what happened. And should I have taken profit at the $700? Absolutely. Why didn't I? I'm more or less testing the system, right? But that's the game. What you have to do, and what I'm going to have to drive you to do, is I'm going to have to deliver the entries, the automated entries, and some sort of simplistic management, meaning it enters the trade, sets the stop, sets the take profit. If you just walk away and let it go, and it moves 50% towards the take profit, it'll set the stop loss at break even, so you're at least getting some sort of protection there, in a sense, right? Unless it just backs right out and hits your stop loss, which happens. But what you have to do in that interim is you have to decide, as you're looking at that trade, you have to go, do I want to list, like last night, the $600-700 up on the US 30 trade. Should I just have taken profit if I was really in the game and that was a real trade? Absolutely. Because there's so many, it's just going to back out. There's there's so much randomness to the market, and I'll put this up there. Mark and I know this. Forex is completely random, right? I'm telling you, it doesn't act the same every time, and in fact, the algorithms that the market makers use are designed with probably thousands of patterns, right? That are all kind of similar, but we do this one but we go this way. Well, we go this way this time, and then we come back, and then we go this way. Or we go this way, and then we never go that way again, right? So instead of me trying to search for perfection and deliver it to everybody, like, my entry system and my system is the best that I've seen. That's why I'm using it, right? But it's not perfect. And there's been times when gold beat us up and it hit the stop loss 4 times in a row, right? At that point, I'm going to say, you as a trader have to make the decision. Do I want to get out of the market right now? Is this just not favorable conditions? When a trade is in profit and the stop loss is set at break even, do you just want to go ahead and take the profit and move on? I think I'm going to have to leave that up to you guys. And there is no best way to do it. You know, like the whole setting, you know, the TP1, TP2, TP3, and moving the stop to TP1 and TP2. It's like, you know, you have a $300 stop loss hit, and then it gets to TP1 and you made $30, and then you're stopped out. You're like, well, what the hell, right? There's no way to predict this stuff. It's take the entry, take the chance. And if the market's just not going in your favor, what you end up having to do is, I've done this a lot of times on a live account, previous trade got stopped out. And I'm talking, when I say stopped out, I'm talking about a metal or an indice, an index. And the next one, you just have to gamble a little bit, look at the chart, look at the entry that you're given, scale it up, add a little bit of lot size to it to cover the previous loss, and that's a game you have to play. I don't like it as much, but it's the reality, right? And the truth is, what's the ultimate combination of what I'm providing to you? It's the 10 pip hybrid and the high profit feed scaled down, so you can just be in the market and constantly trading and constantly catching the waves when they come and getting stopped out at smaller amounts. And the 10 pip hybrid is so stable that yes, you can bid more on it than you normally would, and it just continues to pump out profit after profit after profit. And if gold is getting stopped out, turn it off for a little bit. If US 30, if your account's too small to handle US 30 trades, don't take them, right? I'm going to have to leave that discretion up to you. I want to be that guy that can just deliver you absolute perfection. I will continue to search for it, but it's the market is just, there's no patterns. There's no patterns. There's no patterns. You know, I seen a Facebook ad a couple days ago. Chart patterns, print it out, hanging on your wall. Yeah, fucking do that. Do that. We'll memorize a bunch of patterns. It's all bullshit, right? So I'm going to turn back. Oh, let me add one other thing to the high profit. So the concept of me, I think I said this, but I want to emphasize it. I was like, well, I want to enter at a better price. There is no better price. You enter, right? I entered quite a few trades in my test in the last 24 hours. And I would enter at the best price, and it would hit the stop loss. I then stopped that and entered at the worst price. Trade worked out fine. I'm like, there's no rhyme or reason to this. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Obviously, we seen yesterday, I called out a gold trade, and we got a wick stopped out. So I re-entered, and I think quite a few other people did too. Wick again stopped us out. Like, they know that you're entering, and algorithms are entering at those points. So they get you to enter, big wick stopped you out. Get you to enter, big wick stopped you out. That's a liquidity grab. They're just grabbing money from you So they have more on the way up. And then what did it do? It went sideways for a while, and then I believe it went up. I'd have to look at the quotes. Let's see if we can look back here. I don't even have gold in this. Let me add gold real quick. Let's see. Metals, gold. Let's take a look at this real quick. I probably won't be able to see it on this mobile chart. Let's see. So if this is the 1 hour, where we were entering, let me see if I can get this. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So let's see here. So if this is the day, or if this is the 1 hour, we were entering. It's definitely not here. It must have been here. Let me move this line. Yeah, let me move this line. So you won't be able to see it, but there's a wick right here. And we were entering some buy trades right in here. I wonder if it'll look better if I go sideways. Let's take a look at this. Probably still hard to see, but here's there's a long wick. It's all the way from the bottom of the candle to right there. And these lines I got on the chart, we don't need them. So we were entering a buy somewhere in this area here. Let's call it this price range. Wick took us out. I entered again. We got taken out again. It's really hard to see that wick on the next one, if there even is a wick there. Oh, there's not. But we got it pushed down again. We got taken out. And then look what it did. It went where we wanted it to. This is the game. Like, they know damn well. They know goddamn well that you're entering right there a buy. They know it, right? So they're like, wick, take you out. Wick, take you out. Candle, take you out. And then we'll let you go. That's the game you have to play. So, hindsight's 20/20, right? And I don't like saying here's what I could have done, but the concept's the concept, and it won't be the same every time. You could have taken this trade without a stop loss, given it some room to breathe because you know they're going to take you out, and then you're way in profit. Do you know, is it going to be like that every time? It's not. So can you do that as a rule every time? You can't. It's a tough game. Now, how could you have won some money on that trade? You could enter without a stop loss at a very low lot size. Just make a little bit. Just make a little bit instead of trying to get rich on each trade, right? Money compounded over time is a huge, valuable concept. I'll say it again. Money compounded over time. A hugely valuable concept. Let's see here. Mark says, not sure if you saw my comment in the group when I re-entered, I set my stop equal to the distance. I did see that of the TP 250 profit. Yeah, you know, you made a call, you made a gamble, and it worked out. If I look at, I could show you some test trades. Let me pause here and I'll show you the test account. This is just test stuff. Don't get all worked up. You know what you see here. I was willing to test anything and everything. So let me pull it up. Here it is. So currently in no trades. Again, this is just pure test account. It's testing different entries and stuff. So if you look at it here, so I did the first gold trade, okay, and I entered at the worst price, okay, which in that case was 23.31 area. I thought was worst price. It went into a little bit of profit, and then here's that wick that stopped us out, okay. I entered again at a better price, 23.25, which is what I originally wanted to enter at, and I just let it go, and it went into profit, $428, okay. The next one happened in the middle of the night that I wasn't really paying attention to. It just did his entry and so on and so forth, and it never got to 50% profit because that's what I had programmed here. it got somewhere close to 50% profit, and then it backed all the way out to stop loss. So I don't know what happened in the middle there because I wasn't watching. It certainly could have been green, right? It could have been $200 up. But that was how that particular played out. I'm assuming that along the way, this $285 loss had some profit in it. Are you going to be witty enough to take it before it backs out on you, right? So you can see that gold right there pretty much canceled everything out. Now here's what's interesting. This US 30, this was up $700. I just let it play out. And it moved up 50%, moved up more than 50%, set the stop to break even, which is, $2.50 in this case. I think I set it to set the break even at 3 pips or something. Excuse me. And, so overall, minus $65 if you just let it play out. This could have been up. This would have been up $500-600 had I just said, okay, gave me some profit, I'm getting out. That's pretty much how you have to trade. Like when you got some profit, get out. I hate to say it because it sucks. And then of course, you'll get out and it'll move all the way up. And you'll be like, oh, I'm never doing that again. I'm gonna let it play out. And then the next time you don't take your profit, it moves up. You get some nice profit, comes all the way back, hits your stop loss. You're like, I can't win, right? What you have to do is use that human intuition and go and think about the value of my system as being the entry for you. Okay, hey trader, we got an entry. Pay attention to it, watch it, and if you want to go to bed and you don't want to watch these things all night, turn your copier off. It's not a big deal. Click. Wait till the morning, right? So I'm going to turn it back on, and we're just going to take it as it is. I think the entries are good. The market there's no way to predict it. Where I start to back out of automated trading, and it happens with different systems and bots and algorithms and times of the year and market conditions, is that when everything is just taking a loss, okay, let's stop. And you have to, I'm going to give it to you to be able to make that choice. And of course, I watch it on a daily, hourly basis. So I'll be like, hey guys, I don't like the market conditions. I'm out. I'm not going to turn it off. I'll let everybody have it and do what you want with it, because the other side of it, if you're not in the market, you're not making money. I've seen people, and this is kind of a wrong mindset, jump in to a brand new feed and jump in right when the system is losing, taking some losses. It takes 3, 4, 5 losses. They're like, oh my God, this doesn't work. Well, that's not quite fair, right? So what they do is they jump out holding on to those losses. That's okay, but pay attention to it and jump back in on those winners. Because listen, it's like gambling, playing blackjack or 21. You want the dealer to bust. The dealer will bust, right? That's when you want to be playing 21 or blackjack. When the dealer's like, win, push, win, break even, push, win, break, you don't want to be playing. Like, get out, right? But because those odds move back and forth, he might bust and win, bust and win, bust and win. What you want is the tide to turn where the dealer's just busting. It's the same thing. Listen, Forex trading is gambling. We've got a pretty damn good system, right? But it's gambling. And so when the system's busting, hitting a stop loss, doing a bunch of takes, doing a bunch of wicks and taking people out and stop hunting and all that stuff, you have to go, okay, I see what they're doing. Because here's the thing. The big banks, when they're moving this stuff, they aren't typically moving everything all at once. Sometimes their focus will be over on GBP USD, right? While we're trading US 30 and just crushing it. And then they come over and they're like, we're going to manipulate gold. This is like the right time to manipulate gold. So they forget about the Japanese yen and they just start messing with the gold, or vice versa. they're never manipulating everything all the time. Let me put this up there. Mark says, are you leaving it as is with one take profit and a stop, or putting it back to the original setup? You know what? I really like the concept of giving you more choice and more fluidity, of just giving you a max take profit, a stop loss, and adding in one automated protection, which is set to stop to break even at 50% profit. Because if you walk away from it and it goes into profit and then it backs out, you're at break even. I don't want to leave the stop loss unmoved, right? I don't want it to get like one pip away from take profit and come all the way to stop loss. I'd rather just have it go, okay, that one didn't work out. Doesn't mean we can't switch back and forth. Right now, that's how I'm going to send it out. And I'd rather put the onus on you as the user of it to kind of make that decision as to whether at some point you want to take profit. Or listen, here's the thing too. If you feel like it's heading towards your stop loss, you could get out of that early too. You could just get out early. Same thing with getting out, in a little bit of profit, as opposed to thinking it's going to go all the way, because we just have no idea. Nobody knows, except for the people that are moving the money, and they ain't telling anybody. And they're using an algorithm also, right? They're just telling the algorithm which way to go. What they're telling the algorithm, well, here's the price we're shooting for. Here's the entry. Here's the range. You go ahead and mess with it. Here's $1 trillion, right? You mess with the math. You take everybody out. You do the stop hunts. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. But right now, the plan is to turn the automation back on and I have to think about what bid I'm going to send out. I'm probably going to, I'm trying to think here. I probably should set the bid to 0.01 and just let you guys do the multiply factor that you want. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit, because we're trading completely different instruments. We're trading the gold and the US 30. I believe I could send gold out at $1 and US 30 at 0.01, and because that's more of a realistic number. And then if you bid like a 2 multiply factor, you'd get a 0.2 lot size on gold and a 0.02 on US 30, which is very realistic. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But anyway, that's it for a Monday morning. I just talked for like 35 minutes. Hopefully that makes some sense to you. Give me some feedback in the group, fxwithterry.com. If you're not in the group, free Discord group. Take the signals, take the trades, and let's get profitable. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, Tuesday, April 30th. Are there 30 days this month? Yeah, there are. And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.